So I want to start out with my first transition, and my first transition was football. Now, I earned a D1 scholarship the end of my junior year, going into my senior year, and I went to Virginia Tech, go Hokies, and I earned my scholarship at the one-day camp. I ran a 4.3 in front of Coach Beamer, and I did great at the skills drills at the end of the camp. And at the end of the day, they offered me a scholarship, and I committed the next day. And you know, after my senior year, when I won my state championship, I busted my ass off the field and on the field. And going into that first season, I can tell you it is a very different level, right? So for any student athletes who play football going to college to play at that level, excuse my French, but you're going to have to crank that shit up, because guys are bigger, guys are faster, guys are stronger. The complexity of the plays is much more difficult, and it's a mental game, right? Not only physically do you have to have the skills and the talents, but mentally you have to have the ability to catch on fast and to just anticipate and be smart. And for me, I had the mental, I knew the plays, I knew how to, I knew where I needed to be at, how to line up, but for some reason, the physical aspect did not catch up. And being honest, it's embarrassing even talking about this, because coming from Fayetteville, North Carolina, I was just all-star guy. Everybody was looking at me, big-time guy. And I felt somewhat of a failure, because I've had all these people who are looking up to me, and I didn't live up to what I could have. And I can make up all these excuses, but at the end of the day, it didn't happen. And mentally I was sharp, but physically I just could not perform, and it was hard. I was missing tackles, or I wasn't just doing what I needed to do physically in the weight room. It was just a very difficult thing for me, and honestly very embarrassing. Now, since things weren't clicking for me on the field, I decided to put all my effort off the field. Now, what I did was I just went hard in the books, and what happened was in 4 years, I earned not only my undergrad, I earned my master's. And my last semester of my bachelor's degree, I had like 17, 18 credit hours, was like 6, 7 classes, just because, I really want to just get done with school. Secret to be known, or thing to be known, is that the reason why I graduated so early is because I hate the school so much. And I just knew, since my mom was proud of me, she was a straight A student, I had to finish. And at the same time, I was playing football, obviously. I got a head injury, and this was something that was serious, because I just didn't want to risk being paralyzed from the waist down for the rest of my life, because I had a lot of things to live for. And I decided to just kind of end it there. And it was just timing that when I decided in there, I was graduating, that since, mentally I knew the game, a grad assistant spot opened up. And literally I had the conversation with my coach, which was a difficult one, because not only was the year prior where I was a backup to a senior, which going to spring, I was like, I'm going to start, or he's at least during the spring going to allow me to start so I can improve myself. He decided, I love him, Torian Gray, all respects to you, but he decided to start some younger guys ahead of me, which hurt me a little bit, definitely hurt that ego. But, me being optimistic, I turned that, and I was like, no, well, hey, can I just, be a grad assistant and help you out? And no problem, it happened. And that's how I kind of started in being a grad assistant. Now, being a grad assistant, it was fun. It was nice. I was able to coach the guys that I was obviously playing with, which I gained a lot of respect from that aspect. But I was also able to get my master's, two degrees from a top school, paid for. I mean, it was a dream come true. So not only did I get my master's, I was able to coach the game that I love, but more importantly, I've met 2 amazing guys through this time period who I consider great friends. One of them I don't talk to so often, but the other one I talk to pretty consistent. And these guys, mean a lot to me, and they have impacted my world greatly. One of them, the one I do talk to on a consistent basis, he's always there for me. Always, if I need to just get something off my chest, just want to talk to somebody, he's there. No questions asked. And I really appreciate that. And it kind of started me thinking of like, hey, reaching out isn't so bad, especially when you have genuine people reaching out or wanting to hear kind of what's going on and just be that shoulder for you. And it's rare to have fellowship between two men happen. And I was still kind of foreign to it, but it was at that time I needed it, especially going through things that I was going through at that time. So unfortunately, coaching had to end because during that time, like I said, things weren't going well. And to my surprise, I had my second child on the way. And that led to my next transition in my life where I had to decide, do I continue to do what I love and push on to reach my dreams, or do I be a man and take full responsibility of what I decided to do at that time and have 2 kids? It was something that I debated on for quite a bit, but I had to make the decision and take care of my family, take care of my 2 boys.